Hi guys, I'm Maggie. Today I'm going to lead you through a class that's going to help lengthen our muscles and make them nice and strong so that we're able to hold our flexibility for longer. If you can't join me right now, add this video to your watch later and come back another time. We're going to start lying on our backs with our arms out in a T position and our feet straight out in front of us. We're going to take one arm over and just kind of roll, engaging your whole body, rolling over to your side and letting yourself float back to the neutral position again. Keeping your legs nice and tight together to engage everything. Keep going, just warming up. All the way over and release. Over and release. A few more. Alright, once you feel nice and warmed up from that, we're going to bring our feet in. So I'm going to flex my feet as much as I can, trying to lengthen my entire line right here. And then I'm going to point them as much as I can until they have to come in. Just like that. So one more time, lengthening out. Flexing those feet as much as you can, feeling the entire leg super long, pointing all the way and bringing them in to lower down. Once we're here, we're going to do some pliés on the floor. So flexing those feet and pushing through the heels to straighten out those legs. Again, coming back and pushing out through those heels. A few more times, keeping those feet nice and flexed, digging through the heels to feel the length in the back of the legs. A few more, pushing. Pushing through. All right, we're going to do the same thing, bringing those legs in and turning them out. So you're in this position right here and plie through and bringing them back up to plie, bringing them back up. You can flex and point during this, but I'm trying to focus on pushing through the heels, so I'm going to keep my feet nice and flexed right now. And pushing through. Awesome. Pointing those toes to bring your feet back in. From here, I want to focus on my turnout. So I'm going to extend my right leg pointed to right about where my ankle and my knee are hitting. I want to keep my legs nice and parallel so that I can feel my turnout working whenever I rotate this right leg. So I'm just going to turn it out slightly and turn it in and turn it out and turn it back in. Turning out, turning in, turning out, turning in. Great. Now I'm going to do the same thing with the flex foot to try and feel that turnout deeper. Here we go. Flex, in, out, in, out, in, out, and in. You want to feel like you're opening a jar, like your foot is so flexed and it's twisting off something. Twisting and returning, and twisting and returning. Great, pointing that foot to bring it back in, lowering down other side. Tendu out with a pointed foot going into our turnout. turn out, turn in, out, in, out, in, out, and in. Now I'm gonna flex that foot nice and flat again, flexing it, turning it in. Trying to find the most out of my turnout right here, and turning it in, turning it out, turning it in, turning it out, and turning it in. Awesome. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of a pulse with that turnout. So I'm going out with my right leg, flexing it, finding my maximum turnout right here, and lifting up and down, and up and down, up and down, up, down. Trying to find your turnout and holding it there. Awesome. Holding it and turning back in to come back. Other side. Flexing that foot. Out and lift, down, lift, down, lift, down, lift. Trying to find all of that turnout. Up, 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 and returning back to neutral. Okay, if that felt good, you can come up on your hands and add some more weight there and further engage those turnout muscles right here. So turning in, turning out, turning in, turning out. You'll notice a little bit more resistance once you come up. Flex. Keeping that foot nice and flat, trying not to press out with the foot, but instead keeping a nice straight flex foot like that. Out, in, awesome. Returning to go to the other side, turning out. Really engaging those muscles. Flexed, out, in, out, in, out, in. Trying not to wing your foot or sickle it, but keeping everything nice and aligned in front of you to go out, in. Awesome. We're going to go back on our backs now. And we're going to do that same motion, but our foot is going to be to the ceiling. So bringing it up with a flexed foot, trying to keep it nice and squared in front of you. Don't try and push your flexibility or anything right now, but foot to the ceiling. And same thing with a flexed foot. Try and see how far you can go with your turnout. I can already tell that mine's a little bit more limited once I engage the back of my leg more. Twisting. Twisting. If your foot is super flexed, you should be feeling something back here, even if your leg isn't high. All right, and coming down to the other side. Left leg to the ceiling, keeping it nice and flexed, having to remind myself not to sickle or wing or press out with the ball of the foot, but instead try and keep it nice and flexed as I turn out, turn in, turn out, turn in, out, and in, and out, and in. Awesome. Now we're going to work on our extension a little bit. So we're going to take that same tendu out to the front, right here, not very high at all, and you're going to brush it up, lower it down to the knee, and pull it down. Same thing, other leg. Extending that leg, bringing it up to the ceiling. I'm feeling a stretch to the front of the leg and the back. as I go down to meet my other foot. Again, working on controlling our muscles. Out, up, passe, lower down, out, up, passe, lower down, out, up, passe, lower down. Again. When you come into this passe, really think you're trying to hook something at the bottom of your foot. Don't just let it flop down, but instead engage the back of this leg to feel it grab onto something and pull it down. Out, up, grab on, pull it down, out, up, grab onto something, pull it. Last time. All right, from here, we're gonna go into our bridge. So placing those hands nice and firm, really pushing the feet into the ground, lifting the hips, engaging the back of those legs to come up, and slowly roll it back down. Again, slowly rolling up, and slowly coming back down. Not only feeling the back of your legs engage, but also your inner thighs, trying to keep those legs nice and close together. As you lower down, pushing up, and lowering down. Last one, really pushing through those feet, coming up, and slowly rolling down. Okay, from here, we're gonna come on to our side. You can lift your head up if you want. Placing this arm right in front of us, right here, not too far out, but nice and tucked in right here. And I'm gonna extend my legs. I am gonna keep them parallel for right now as I lift them about hips distance apart. So not super big up here, but just a little bit. And I'm gonna do some small circles. So just a small circle in the air, drawing it with my toe. Really finding that balance and lengthening that leg. And reversing that. I'm gonna do it with a flex foot now, flexing both of my feet. Circular motions. And reversing. Awesome. From here, I want to keep both of these legs parallel, and I'm going to see how far I can take my leg to the front without losing everything over here. So keeping everything nice and stacked, and trying to hold my balance, so engaging everything and bringing it back to neutral and bringing it to the back. Trying to keep my hips stacked still, not letting them fold over or anything. Stacked as you return to center. Again, front and to the back. Center. Front and returning to the back. Awesome. From here, I'm going to take this leg right in front of me, and I'm going to engage this inner thigh on my left leg and lift it up, lowering down, lifting up, lowering down, up, down, up, down. Pointing up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. Awesome. Okay, we're gonna go to the other side, making sure to stack those hips and those legs again, one on top of the other, placing that arm in front of you, and balancing, keeping those feet about hips distance apart, nice and long as we go into our circles. Circling, very small. And reversing. Trying to keep that balance. Awesome, adding that flexed foot, keeping both of your feet flexed and lengthened as you do it again. Finding that balance, engaging that core, and stacking the hips. And other side, reversing. From here, we're going to test our balance again by bringing it to the front as far as we can without unstacking our hips, engaging the back of the leg and bringing it back to center. Again, going to the back, trying to keep it on the same plane, not rising up or lowering. Nice and neutral. Again, to the front. Center and to the back. One more, front, center, and to the back. From here, bringing that left leg in front of you to engage this inner thigh on the right and bringing it up, lowering down, up, lower down. Going. Bringing it up, lowering down, adding in that flex foot, flex, go down, up, lowering down, up, lowering down, up, lowering down. So now we're going to work on our side extensions. Same thing, keeping those hips nice and stacked right here. And I'm going to turn out both of my feet now. And my legs, feeling everything stacked right in front of me as I take this top leg up to passe. So bringing my toe up to the knee. I'm not trying to hike my hip up or anything, just trying to keep it really neutral. And we're gonna work on controlling our extensions. So you can keep your arm here to make sure your hips are nice and stacked, or you can keep it in front of you if you need a little extra balance. And try and bring that up, holding your balance like someone's pulling your toe up at the top, and holding, holding, holding. To scoop that same motion we were doing earlier and bring it back through again up to passe, keeping your hips nice and stacked and pulling it up, trying not to extend your leg past your hip, just keeping it nice and square, straight to the ceiling, and lifting up, up as you scoop down. Awesome. Making sure not to hike up your hip when you're in that passe. Instead, keeping it really neutral. Keeping this part flat and square to the front. Pressing up. Feeling as if someone's grabbing onto your toe to lengthen and pull it back down. All right, going on to the other side. Remembering to keep those hips nice and stacked on top of each other. Right here, you can use your hand as a reminder, or placing it for some extra support. And turning out those legs, so you're in a first position, bringing it up to passe, Trying not to hike the hip or anything, but keeping it nice and neutral and squared off as you extend, as if someone's pulling your leg up to bring it back down, scooping into passe, back through first. Again, going to passe, bringing it up, pulling on that toe, feeling that balance up there, and scooping to come back in, back through first, bringing it up, trying to adjust. I felt my hip want to go up that time, so bringing it back to passe, making sure it's nice and square as I go up, and scooping it in one last time, bringing it to passe, squaring everything off, extending right where my knee is to scoop down, coming back. All right, from here, we're gonna flip over onto our stomachs, placing my head on the back of my hands. Gonna point my feet, keeping them glued to the floor as I engage my back to bring my head and arms up off the ground and lowering down. Super small, just trying to engage that back. Pressing through the tops of the feet, lowering down, coming up, holding, lowering down, and coming up, and lowering down. A couple more. Really pointing those feet to engage. Up, lower down. Last one. Come up, hold it, point, and lower down. Okay, from here, we're gonna do some tendus to the back. So making sure your hips are staying on the mat. Just point your right foot so much that it has to rise up a little bit and lower back down. Same thing with the left, pointing so much it rises up off the mat, lowering down, keeping these in parallel, coming up, holding, lowering down, and pointing so much it rises, lowers down. Got a few more, coming up, down, left, really engaging the back of the leg, feeling it nice and long, up and down. Last time, lengthen, come down, up. All right, great job, you guys. Thank you guys so much for joining me. If you want to see the rest of my series, download our app, Yoga Plus.
Welcome to Yoga Plus. Courses available from pupil to yogi. Sort by yoga, fitness, and instructors. Create your own routines. Access the Pose Library. Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth, available on Google Play and the App Store.
Join us for 14 and 30-day programs, hour-long classes, and much more on our yoga app, Yoga Plus by Psyche Truth. It's free to download and features a variety of wellness content, including yoga, fitness, Pilates, guided meditations, and interviews with dozens of wellness experts.